Good afternoon, viewers. We are live here in Bijilo. This is a special edition of TFN today, where we'll be having some match analysis of the Gambia's derby game against Senegal. I know it's not a very good afternoon, especially to the Gambian fans, but nonetheless, we wish the Scorpions good luck in their next encounter with Guinea Conakry. I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me Mr. Masane Cisse, who's a renowned sports journalist. I know he's a household name, and you can't wait to hear what he has to say about the match today. And of course, I have with me Dauda Balde, one of our finest reporters here in the Fatu Network. Welcome to the Fatu Network, Mr. Cisse.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Dauda, you're welcome on the platform as well. Mr. Cisse, yeah, we've seen that the match against Senegal is not a very good one. It's not a very good start for the Scorpions. In just a few words, how would you describe this match today?
Senegal was a better team today. We need to accept that. They outplayed us. We took a red card. That didn't help the situation. And we ended up going down 3-0.
Yeah, so what do you think were the technical mistakes so far, especially in the first half? Even though the first half, people didn't watch much of it because of the signal that happened all over.
I think from the word go, Senegal dictated the pace of the game, and they forced Gambia to play deep. And that created opportunities for them to put their set plays in motion. And we didn't adjust quickly to that. So more so, our midfield was also playing way back. If you look at the game, they controlled that part of the game.
Yeah.
And they were able to use their wing backs very effectively because they were pushing us behind. And that was an issue, and Gambia did not adjust. Actually, they did not adjust throughout the game to that. And they used it, they attacked us, particularly in the second half. We were outmatched, we were attacked. Well, you'll say we had 10 players, but still we didn't adjust. Yeah. It was more of a chess game.
Okay.
And you got to come with your A game.
Yeah.
Today, Gambia did not. Don't get me wrong, the boys put up a brilliant fight. They did. But of course, Morolok wasn't with them today. And Senegal played better. They deserve the win.
Definitely they do. Dara, what's your take on it?
Well, like what the veterans in the house said, we must accept the fact that Senegal, they were the better side today. And I must say congratulations for the achievements that they made in their opponent game of the tournament. But hard luck to the Gambia. We've seen the first half, when the game started, Senegal take the lead in just 3 minutes. I think that was a very, very bad one for us. I mean, because when someone scores you at the tender age of the game, it brings more pressure to you. And before the stoppage time in the first half, we considered a red card. And that was a big blow because we're losing the midfield. And it's very important in the game. That is why we've seen that throughout the game, Senegal have been pushing us to make sure that we defend the game. And the more you defend, you're using more energy and your opponents are coming. So this is why the little chance they have, they capitalize on those ones. While for us, we miss the chance we have because we have, I mean, if you look at the statistic, we have 3 chances, 3 major chances. We didn't capitalize on any of those ones. So the performance of the boys, I can say, wasn't that good, but they tried in one way or the other. But again, I think we still have room for improvement. The boys need to be prepared mentally and physically because that was, I can say that mentally they were not in the game.
Oh, wow. Would you agree, Mr. Cisse, that they were not mentally in the game?
I think he's putting me on the spot there.
Yeah, he is.
But you got to remember also, the Gambian team, there were no test games to test the team, the formation. So, you know, a lot of stuff went down. And you're going to the biggest football festival in the continent, you better be prepared. And we all know everything that transpired before they got to Abidjan or Yamoussoukro. That was a distraction.
It was.
And they will still have to recover from that. I am not dropping the towel. I know the heart of a Gambian. They're going to come out and fight against Guinea. And who is there to tell us we will not meet Senegal again? We probably could.
Yeah.
And I'm confident we can and we will.
Yeah. So out of the 10 men that we had in the pitch, which player stood out for you in today's game?
Minte was phenomenal. Gomez and Coley, they were also great.
Yeah.
Barrow was great. He kind of missed a goal. That was
he
poor
did.
concentration on his side. One thing I would not have done as a coach, I would not have taken Alisson out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the guy had the physique and he was beating up with those big Senegalese central defenders like Koulibaly and them. So I would have left him there. I probably could have played double strikers if I bring another striker in. But in my opinion, I am not the coach.
Yeah, you're not.
But I would have kept Alisson there.
Tom
He has
Hines,
everything that a striker needs, and he showed it today.
He definitely did. He definitely did. How about you? Who stood out for you?
I think Minte is someone I wasn't even happy when they removed him from the game because the boy, you can see, despite his age and being probably the youngest player in this tournament, you can see the energy in him. Even though the team was losing, but you can see the energy whenever he's with the ball. The boy was just pushing forward. I think we need the kind of players who you know that they're gonna push to make sure that, because in the game, when you're losing, you don't need to go with temper. The more you go with temper, your opponents will punish you, and that is what led to our red card. Because if I'm winning you, I can provoke you. I can do all silly things to make sure that you are out of the game. If you are out mentally, you're gonna concede cards that you shouldn't concede. This is why I said mentally, our boys were not in the game. But also, removing Alisson wasn't the best choice for me as well. Because you see, in the game, you need people who have the strength. Though Badamosi also has the same qualities, but Ali was fighting as well. But Bada came in the game with pressure, because you are outside seeing things that you want to amend. But when you come in, it's different when you are in the bench and when you are in the pitch. These are two different things. And he came at a time when hopes were not high anymore. So that is a distraction as well, because you see the touches he was having in the game. Barely he'd control the ball. So this can tell you that our boys were mentally not in the game, especially when they are 2 goals down.
Yeah, and when I saw the first starting 11, I was a bit excited. I said to myself, well, this is the best 11 Tom has ever provided. So the veteran is here. Tell me, when you saw the starting 11, what came to your mind?
Well, I thought we were going to play some offensive football.
I thought
Quite frankly, with Dabo and Barrow up there in the midfield, and I thought we were going to play offensive football. But in as much as we watched in the first half before the technical glitch, apart from that one-shotted goal that we had,
From Minte.
yeah, we were under pressure, right?
Yeah.
We kind of played a defensive strategy. I don't know if that was what it was. Senegal was bringing it to us at will, and we were not trying to stop them. We played deep, and every time you play deep, and we should take an example when we came back to beat Congo. When they started playing deep, we brought it at them, and were able to score 2 goals. And I think that strategy and adjustment needs to be made when we play Guinea. Guinea is also a fast team, and they will bring it at you. They use their wing backs very, very well, and we should go back to the chalkboard and use this game for film session and see where we made mistakes and make the necessary adjustments when we play against Guinea. That's why film is very important in sports.
Yeah, it is.
You know, so hopefully.
Thank God you touched on Guinea, because I was about to ask you what are your expectations when we face Guinea and Cameroon as well? Remember, they knocked us out in the quarterfinals in the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations. It's not going to be an easy fight. Well, most of the fights, our concentration was on Senegal and the Gambia match, forgetting that we have another big game awaiting us, which is Gambia versus Guinea, because I believe Guinea will be looking forward to a revenge of what happened in Cameroon. What are your expectations, and what do you think the coach should do to improve from the mistakes that happened today?
I think the boys today, right now, they are wounded lions that left the pitch for their hotel. And they're going to come back with a fight, a little zeal to play Guinea. And I hope some adjustments will be made. I don't have any issue with the first 11 that started today. I think the guy with the yellow card comes next game.
Yeah, Ablai.
Ablai comes next
Ibrahima.
game. And then it fortifies our midfield better. So I believe we're going to beat Guinea. Because if you go to that locker room right now, these kids are mad.
They are.
Because if they played, like I said, if they played the way they're capable to play, that we know they can, they were not going to go down 3-0 today. Obviously, they didn't bring their A game. Senegal did. We didn't make any adjustments. Senegal capitalized on every opportunity they had. We had a few opportunities. We didn't capitalize on them. That's football. When the team that takes what is given to them most of the time wins.
Yeah.
So let's hope we come out against Guinea and play strong from the word go. It's a strong start. And we had a strong start today.
Yeah.
We penetrated, did a shot that the goalie pushed outside. That was building the fire and momentum.
Yeah.
But for some reason, playing deep again, I think that was demoralizing for a whole team. And at the end of the day, I think it also has to do with coaching. There are fouls that you could not take. That foul I don't think was necessary.
It wasn't.
So, and it called for a red card. But over time, they'll get it.
Yeah.
Definitely. How about you?
For me, I think we still have a long way to go. Remember, in 2022 in Cameroon, we were 2 goals down because of distraction as well. Because throughout the first half, the game, the coach, he likes this defensive style, and they defended Cameroon.
He would disagree with you. Remember
in the
whole press conference?
Yeah, but that's what happened. He defended the game throughout the first half. And in the second half, when they were in the locker room, he announced that he is going to make changes as soon as they begin the second half. So at that point, the boys were distracted. Everyone was thinking who is coming out, who is going out, who is coming in. Within that short moment, Cameroon, they capitalized and scored 2 goals. So you can see when the changes were made, the boys were back on this pitch as well, but they could not create another chance.
Yeah, but I guess the second half of that game was quite better than the first half.
I'm telling you, the first half was very bad, but Cameroon did not have any chance to score. In the second half, when they started, the coach wanted to make the changes, but the boys were distracted because no one knows who is coming in, who is going out. So that was a mental distraction for the boys. And what happened is that after the changes, we have seen what happened. Cameroon, they tried all means, they could not add the 2 goals they have. Against Guinea, we see what happened. We scored a goal that Guinea wanted to equalize, but they could not. I think this is a game, this game against Senegal will be used as a test match, because the boys now, they know their strengths and their weaknesses. They didn't have any test match, and this is the biggest test match they have, so they're going to use it to motivate themselves and also to know that Gambians are behind them, because you see what happened.
Yeah, and during the first half, Mr. Cisse, I was lucky to sit by you, and I heard the first goal. You said it was a goalie mistake. What do you have to say about our goalkeeper today?
After a 3-0 down, I would rather not say anything about it.
Okay.
I'll just say we need more work to do. Concentration and anticipation in goal. I mean, when you anticipate poorly, there are consequences, right? I would just say that more work needs to be done in that part of the field.
Cisse doesn't want to say much. How about you, Dada?
I think it is like what he said. We have a long way to go. And for us to get there, they said, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go with people. This is the time the boys need concentration. They were distracted. They need to go back to the dressing room, amend the mistakes, work on them, make sure our next game against Guinea are coming to revenge. We are also coming to say, you know what? We are there. We are going to defend our victory against you in 2022, and we will do it. I'm sure the boys can do it. I still have hope in them. So they have to use this game as a motivating factor for themselves. Let them forget about what happened. You're going to call yesterday, today. It will not answer to you. But you can wait for tomorrow and do the mistake you have today and amend it tomorrow. But what happened yesterday, you cannot change it. So that we have to accept the fact that...
I don't know for anyone else, but for me, I think I'm more scared of Guinea's match than the match today.
For me, I think...
just don't know why, but I'm very scared of meeting Guinea next because of what happened the other time. And,
I think in Cameroon, this game still remains my favorite game as far as African football is concerned, and Gambia, because this was the game, Guinea-Conakry.
Okay.
This was the game when the team play like one family. You can see the ball from one individual to another. They need to capitalize on that. Ball control is very important. Your opponents might be, football nowadays is experience versus talent. So Senegal, they have the experience, they have the talent. For us, we have the talent. We might not have the experience, but we should utilize the talents we have to ensure that we match the people with their experience. When it comes to Guinea also, they've been in the African Cup of Nations. We are young in this tournament. But with the experience we have, I'm sure we will bounce back and beat Guinea, stand up, get our 3 points, and be ready to finish the group stage as well.
Looking at this first match, Mr. Cisse, do you think we have a chance of, making it out of the group stage to the round of 16 and down to the quarterfinals where we stopped the other time?
Nothing is impossible for a Gambian. We are a nation of heart, a nation that is determined, a people that don't ever give up. So we are not giving up today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Just to touch on what you said about Guinea, you ought to be scared.
Yeah.
Because Guinea is going to come for a revenge. I don't know if you heard everything that they said when we beat them in the Nations Cup.
We heard.
So, we have bragging rights over them, quite frankly. We beat them in Mauritania 4-1 in '83, and one person scored all 4 goals. That has never happened in their football history. But beating them in Cameroon, that is a show that you put salt on, and they're coming to fight.
That's why I'm scared.
And we better be prepared, bring our A game, put our best product on the field, and know that this is it. It is a final.
It is.
For Gambia, that's our Nations Cup final. Because if we win that game, we hope to play against Cameroon. Who knows? Cameroon would have been already up there with 4 points and don't need to win, and maybe rest their players, we come with our A team and beat them. So because it's going to come to a numbers game if we beat Guinea also. We conceded 3 goals today. So, and you guys know, you and I know, we are goal anemic when it comes to Gambian football. I was just talking the other day to one of the coaches. I said, show me one team that has scored more than 4 goals in the league right now. There's none. So it's been a perennial thing with Gambian football. 1-2 goals, 1-2 goals, And now we need to score goals because we took in 3. Can we beat Guinea 3? It's a game of equals.
I think Guinea also I think if they are coming with like the hope that they're gonna fight, I think the boys can also use that, because Guinea, they are already angry. They are angry. They want to do revenge. The boys should be smart enough.
Coming to the game very calm.
I know. When you beat someone who is your senior, sometimes they want to come back in a way that they want to do it quick and faster. You can use it.
I believe in the pitch, there's nothing like seniority there. Just put up your A game.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah.
It's not a game of underdogs, actually. It's a game of equals.
Yeah.
Nobody is an underdog, man. In football, you look at what happens in football, huh? All the time, small teams coming beating big teams.
Yeah. Look at
We
Ghana,
just saw
look
that
at-
in the
look
FA
at
Cup in
Mozambique
England.
and Egypt. Even though they
Egypt,
drew,
Egypt
but
they
then-
suffered yesterday.
Yeah.
Who said Egypt would
They struggle a lot.
exactly and a
Without
penalty?
that, without that
Yeah.
penalty, they would have.
Exactly, and
Exactly.
Ghana going down to Cape Verde. So football is a funny sport.
It is.
You come in there determined, ready to fight.
And I can remember when Argentina lost against Qatar.
Against Saudi
That
Arabia.
was Saudi Arabia in
Yeah,
Qatar.
Exactly.
That was
Yeah.
so.
It happens
I think it
all
was
the
the
time.
biggest,
You know,
yeah.
Senegal beating France. So let's go out, regroup, fix the errors, come back and give all we have to Guinea Conakry, and come out with a W. We need that W.
We need it, definitely.
Big
do.
time.
And some goals as well. Yeah, so I think we'll wrap it up from here. Everything that needed to be said was said by Mr. Cisse right here. And we're wishing our boys the very best when next they meet Guinea. Like he said, come on out, go back to the drawing board, copy the mistakes, and the film as well. They should go back to that and, you know, right all the mistakes that happened today against Senegal. Senegal were the better team and they won. So we're wishing our Scorpions the very best. What, do you have anything to say before we wrap up?
Well, I'm just going to say hard luck to the boys. Let them go back and be stronger. When you are winning, it's easy to celebrate. But when you lose, that's the time you need each other. Gambians are behind you people. Make sure you are together. Let's forget about the blame game. Focus on the future games, and we're going to win them. For Senegal, I say congratulations, celebrate your victory, while we also work hard.
Mr. Cisse?
Well, I'll have to say the same. Congratulations to Senegal. I have a lot of friends in Senegal that I worked with, journalists and players I covered in the 80s that I'm still in touch with.
Wow.
Boy Bandy and others. So I want to say congratulations. I was one of those who was going to say, by the time this broadcast is over, meet us at Westfield. Unfortunately, that's not
That's
the
not
case.
The
The Teranga Lions have done it. They deserve it, and we hope we come back against Conakry and give it our all.
Inshallah.
And let me just add, it was a pleasure being next to you as a moderator.
Thank you very
I am
much.
so proud of you.
Thank you.
So articulate and phenomenal. Great
Thank
job.
you. Thank you so much, Mr. Cisse. And that's where we wrap it up this afternoon. Until we come your way next match against Guinea, I have been your host, Jacqueline Coley. Bye-bye for now.